Squire! Fetch my Vorpal helmet!
Sir, I don't think that word means what you think it means.
This frog here is at negative 19 hit points. He needs to make a health roll to stay conscious. So, let's see. Can he make his health roll to stay conscious? He does. But he can't even make the health roll to stay conscious. He has to make a health roll to become unstunned. It's the same roll, so we will say he is no longer stunned. All right. That's his turn. He can't do anything else. He just recovers from being stunned. Yesunge, confronted with this large frog that he just shot, who is injured but not terribly injured, has to make a decision. Is he going to continue to fight this frog, or is he going to try to get himself into a better position? Well, he can move 6, and so he will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and change his facing 6. That's about the best that he can do. Is that the best that he can do? What if he moved 4 and changed his facing to look right there? This way he's no longer flanked. So he moves closer, and he will try to fast draw an arrow. Let's see if he can do that. He does. So he has an arrow in his hand, and he will try to ready that arrow his next turn. All right. Well, the combatants are largely dropping off. Let's see if this large frog can stay conscious. This huge frog, in fact, does not. He fails his health roll. He is unconscious. We're going to remove him from the combatants. All right. So now we only have this one huge frog left. And even though the high likelihood... Well, no, that's not true. This big frog here is still awake. But even though the high likelihood is that this huge frog is not going to prevail here, we might as well still game it out. So, whoops. What if we, instead of controlling Yesunge, control the large frog? How about that? So, the large frog is going to... Let's see what it can do. Jump? Perhaps? Sticky Tongue has a range of 1. Can't get close enough to Yesunge. No, I think he just wants to jump into their midst. He's still at full move, so he can jump even 12. Is weirdness magnet going to come into play here? Will he jump and try to slam Foxfire, who isn't looking? Decisions. Or will he go after Yesunge, who he's been trying to eat? Let's see. Yesunge injured him. I think the high likelihood is that he's going to go after Yesunge. But let's see. She's got weirdness magnet. So we'll say on a roll of 1 to 4, he goes after Yesunge. On a roll of 5 to 6, he'll go after Foxfire. All right, he'll go after Yesunge. So the large frog is going to move to here, targeting Yesunge. Not going to do a movement attack because he's just going to move this turn. That will remove his shock, if it hasn't been moved already. Oh, let's see. Did he have shock? No. That was last turn. Oh, what the hell. He'll do a move and attack. Why not? So, we'll make his maneuver move and attack. Whoops. What did we just do? How about instead of removing him from the combat, which is what I did, let's go back to him. Boy. System mastery, huh? All right. We're going to set his maneuver as move and attack. And we're going to have him attack Yesunge with a bite. I'm going to try to take a bite out of him. No, but he misses. All right. Let's see. Raj. Well, Raj knows what he's going to do. This big frog. Can't see him. So what's he going to do? He's going to stab him twice. And, maybe he'll use an all-out attack strong. It's risky, because he can't defend after this, but you know what? He's confident. He's confident that he's going to do a telegraphic attack. He'll do a rapid strike. Yeah. And I'll try to stab this frog twice. That's what he'll do. But he'll use, he'll do an all-out attack strong. Risky. But hey, he's a gambler, and that's what he's going to do. So if we go to a set maneuver, maybe I have to move this. All-out attack strong. There we go. All right. So, 2 attacks on this frog. First one is going to hit. Second one is going to hit. Yeah, the frog is on the ground and is prone. No longer suffering from shock, actually. We'll have to take that off the frog because that would have gone away. But probably not going to attack Raj this next turn when he has no defenses. So Raj did all-out attack strong. That's going to give him +2 damage, or +1 per die, whichever is better. In this particular case, the +2 damage is better. So, oops. We're going to give him +2 damage. Put that on there. And let's roll damage. Starting off strong. All right. That's probably going to be fatal for this frog, but we'll see. I mean, in the end, this frog is going to die and get taken out of this combat in one way or another. The question is, how quickly? So, first things first. Let's apply that first injury to that frog. Wow. That's going to do 18 damage to that frog. It is going to have a shock penalty. So that's an incredible wound to that frog. The second one is going to end up doing 12. And it's important to note that it missed its knockdown and stunning roll only by 4. If it missed it by 5, that would have sent it to immediate unconsciousness. So it is knocked down and stunned. So that's great. But it also needs to make it also needs to make 3 health rolls to stay alive, because Raj has managed to knock it down to 4 times its hit points with those rolls. So let's do 3 health rolls for our frog to see if it stays alive. Well, We don't have to do 3. We're just going to make... Whoops. So made that private, reveal to everyone. There it is. Yes. That frog is no longer alive. So we will remove that frog from the combat, but let's also assign him the status effect of dead. That is a dead frog. All right. So, Raj, with his deadly ways, takes care of that frog. Carlotta sees that frog dies. She takes a step here and is going to attack the frog that is menacing Yesunge. So she will target that frog. +1 for size modifier. She's going to be attacking the back hex of that frog, so we're not going to impose any close combat penalties. So let's just attack with the flail. Morningstar, as the case might be. Why +3 something is... Oh, that's because we need to take that out. There we go. +4. Just made it. All right. Can this frog dodge? Maybe. Fails to do so. Misses by 1. So Carlotta will do her damage to this frog. Wow. A lot of damage. One of the nice things about using a flail, or a Morningstar, as the case may be in this particular application, is that it has pretty significant bonuses to damage, and that's especially good when you are at a threshold like 12 strength, where you're doing 1 die +1 or 1 die +2 or whatever it is, and you add the bonuses on. That's pretty great. Actually, as you noticed here, that's only 10 damage. She doesn't get +1 for size modifier. How foolish. But we can change that. So we will say it's only 10 damage. And that does not apply knockback. 11 would have. But it will give the frog shock penalty. And that's a significant amount of damage. This frog is now reeling. Badly injured. Foxfire sees that this frog is out. It's going to turn in place to see what's going on with her friends. And she will, at this point, she's readied her... Yeah, she turns in place and... maybe she'll just move. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, she has a move of 6. 5. And she'll move to there with her move. Action. Positioning herself better. All right. Frank Newcastle. Well, Frank's job here is done. He will go see if he can help out Yesunge. And he yells out, "Yesunge, get behind me." 1, 2, 3, 4. He has a move of 4. That's what he'll do. We should probably give him the move action. All right. Thulnar is relieved. Morden has answered his prayers, and he will also take the move action to go help out Yesunge. Well, this should probably go pretty quickly at this point. Let's see.